So, what are you telling the boys when you see them, and what are they telling you about today?
Well, I think first, today was just an outstanding day for them to be at the White House, to meet President Obama, to know that President Obama cares, and also then to have a chance to sit down with Ahmad Rashad, myself, and Commissioner Silver. I think that as I told them, and as Ahmad told them, and Commissioner, we grew up just like them, poor, but we didn't have poor dreams, and we knew that education was important, and that's the reason that Ahmad and I both got scholarships, and we went on from high school to college and excelled on the football field, and myself on the basketball court. But we used our education for things even after we were done in the NFL and the NBA, and that's why it's important. And we told them to stay disciplined, stay focused on their goals and dreams, and that's what My Brother's Keeper is all about, that we can get these young Latino boys and African Americans and get them at an early age, get them focused on reading, making sure that the parents get involved, read to them, not making sure that they read while they're in school, but the parents, once they get home, read to them and help them with their reading skills as well as their math skills and so on. And but they were excited to be here. They were so over the top to be on that stage, to be on that platform, and to know that all these people, especially the president of the free world and the most powerful man in the world, cares about them. And I told them, I said, now you know you can achieve everything. Just look at President Obama. And so he's opened the door for all of us to achieve. And they were really excited to be here. And they're going to chase their goal and dream. I think President Obama really changed their mindset in their life today.
But Magic, you were talking about the president cares, you care, and so many people care, and it's a hard issue, but it's also an issue where there needs to be action. And the president touched on something that he said it's a historic issue. There's so many other issues, so many hindrances. Talk to me about how to break those barriers beyond the money, and so that these kids can have a chance when they become your age.
Well, President Obama said we have the data. We know what's been going wrong. Now we just have a strategy in place which we're building. President Obama is building, and we have the data and the information. And so now he put together a tremendous committee. When you look at foundations who have been doing this data, who've been doing this work for many years, then you look at there was also members of his cabinet involved who know these numbers. And then there was also entrepreneurs here as well who can benefit from these young men who start off having good grades in elementary, middle school, then high school, then going on to college. And after they come out of college, it's businessmen like myself and corporations who are looking for these young men to hire them. So we understand what's been going wrong and what's been going on in urban America, in the inner cities, and now we have to put a plan in place to change that. And so that's what today was all about. And what I like about the strategy here, there's deliverables behind that. So the president has said, hey, in 90 days people are going to report back to him, and there's going to be things for people to do. And so this is exciting because I've been involved in a lot of other initiatives that really didn't amount to anything because we didn't have deliverables, but now we do, and we have a solid strategy.
Would you like for them to...
April. So we only have a couple more minutes.
Okay,
so
sorry.
Questions.
No, I just had one.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
You have a question?
How will you use your influence with your peers in business and in sports to get them involved with this?
I think like President Obama said when he was making his speech, what I did in Chicago, I'm going to take that around when I took those young people from the inner city schools and brought them out to All-State headquarters and let them see corporate America, let them see African Americans and Latinos who are in executive positions. And as that principal told me, once they got on the bus, their whole conversation changed, their whole mindset changed. I want to be like Magic. I want to be a businessman. Now I know why I got to go to school. Or I want to be like the people who I met up at Allstate who are executive. I want to work for a big corporation. So their conversations started changing because we took them out of their environment and put them in a corporate setting and let them see what is possible. So I'm going to tell my friends, I need them to invite minorities out to their campuses. Also, how can we get some of them in training programs to train them? You know, how can they also offer jobs once minorities are done with college? Can there be opportunities for them to have a job placement? So all those type of things, that's how. And then if President Obama needs me to be the spokesperson or one of the spokesperson for my brother's keeper, I'm willing to do that as well. So, and then going into schools and talking. So I'll be one of his messengers out here in the community. Okay.
So one of the things President Obama sometimes tells young men when he meets with them is that not everyone can be an NBA star.
That's right.
And so how do you, as someone who made it through the basketball first, communicate that message that not everyone can do exactly what I did, but you can still succeed?
Yeah, well, I told them today, it's not about being a basketball player, NBA player. It's about getting a good education. But the same things that I have, they can have too. But their path would be through education. We already know it's only 425 players that play in the NBA. So it really it's a tough and unrealistic thing to think that, oh, you can achieve that goal. But hey, go after that dream, but also have a good education so you can fall back on that in case you don't make it. But what I told them was that if you look at President Obama, I bet you his dream wasn't to be the President of the United States at first. But once he got going, I'm sure that became one of his goals and dreams, but he has achieved that. But he had a plan in place, he had a strategy in place, but also he was educated enough to accomplish that. And all we want them to do is get their education and then go after their goals and dreams. And look who we have. Ken Chenault's running American Express. That's a great thing. And so we have men of color running Fortune 500 companies. And Thompson is running McDonald's, you know. So there's so many different minorities running companies today, and they can be one of them. So that's what Joe today from, what is that, Deutsch? What was he from? Deloitte. So this young man can say, hey, there's somebody that looks like them who are running Fortune 500 companies, and that's a beautiful thing.
So Magic, you have a unique perspective. You were a great baller on the court. I mean, you're very proud of your trophies. You took the president to see your trophies in your trophy room, but you're this businessman. And right now, culture the society and culture has changed, and a lot of the kids are emulating the ballers, the bling, the sexiness, everything else that the president is trying to change today. What should the kids emulate so that they may not all become a Magic Johnson, but what should they emulate today?
They should emulate success. And so, but understanding that, again, is they can achieve success through education. You know, their path may not be a hip-hop star. Their path may not be an athlete. So what they have to understand is, let me get a good education and the same type of lifestyle that those guys have. I can lead through corporate America, or I can lead through being the mayor or the governor or the president of the United States, or being a lawyer or a doctor. I can still have a great life and take care of myself and my family, but my path through success would be through education. And so I tell them that. I said, look, instead of being the artist, be the one who writing the song, because they make the most money. So that when I go to those inner city schools, they say, what? I said, yeah, be the person writing the song for Beyonce. You don't have to be Beyonce. You don't have to be Jay-Z. Produce. Or Pharrell. Look at Pharrell. Pharrell had, what, 5 of the top? I think he had 5 #1s last year. That's who you want to be, because every time that song is played, he getting paid. And so I try to tell them these stories and educate them. Then it just changes their mindset. What? Okay. Maybe I should start thinking about doing that. And so it takes a messenger or a person delivering that message like myself, who they respect, because they see me on the court, but or a lot of these young men wasn't born when I was on the court, but they see that I own businesses, and that's attractive to them, and so it's really great. And also I told them I grew up just like them, poor, and I just told them the story. I was the youngest of 4 brothers, and when you're from a poor family, they pass the clothes down, but I was also the tallest. So when my brothers were passing down clothes to me, I had high waters on, wearing them to school. My pants wasn't long enough, but I was still the most energetic kid in school. I was still proud to be there, and I was motivated to be there. And so nothing changed just because I was wearing these pants that were too short for me. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.